Hi, I'm going to try to do my very first tutorial because I've been asked about the flowers that I've done for Lyla News flower swap. And these are the flowers that I've been asked about right here. I haven't put the mist glitter on them yet. That'll be a next step. Right now I'm just going to do the flowers themselves. Usually when I make them, I make a whole bunch at a time. First of all, I cut these out of my Cricut Expression using, let me get the, sorry I'm not prepared here, using the Serenade cartridge, and I used the yellow one right here on just the basic paper save and just nothing else setting, and it'll give you these, and this is an inch size, either an inch or an inch quarter. I don't quite remember. I believe it was the I think it was the inch quarter. And again, it's the Serenade cartridge, or whatever. I've made these with other punches. I've made them with, for my Edward tags, I made them with this one right here. So you can use, this one has quite a bit of flowers on it. That's why I like the Serenade cartridge. You can use probably any of these to do these flowers. Oh, see here, I thought I was all ready to record on that, and I forgot the main ingredient. Water. Okay, first of all, you're going to use 4 per flower. So let me get most of these out of here. And what I do to get this grungy look, here, I don't know if you could see how grungy that is. There we go. Right there is, let me pull this stuff out and just put enough for 1 down for now. Okay, you're going to need 4 of these, 1 1/4 inch. There we go, 1 1/4 inch. I took black, you know, the Studio G's you can get at Joann's, the pigment inks. You can use the chalk too, or whatever. And I just distressed the sides. I don't know if you could see that. Let me turn it a little bit. Really bad at this. This is my first tutorial. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how this camera works. It's right off it's my webcam off my computer. If you can see the black there, I did this one in black. And then this one I had just finished these ones. The Color Box Cat Eyes. And this is the dark brown. That's what I used to distress these, okay? Then your next step after you've distressed these, make sure you have an awl. This is called an awl, okay? It puts holes. It's very sharp at the end and it puts holes. Make sure you have a mat that you could put your hole without causing any problems with your table or your work surface. And then you're going to need brads, okay? Teeny brads, the little ones you can buy. I buy them in bulk, so I get these really ugly ones that I know I'll never use. So what I do is I use just a Sharpie pen, and I change the top. I use the black and the brown on these ones. So now the next step is you're going to want to spray these. And I'm not the person that invented these. I found it from somebody on YouTube, and I'll find out who it was that I learned this from, and I'll put to her web address too. I mean her YouTube address. I spray them really good. I want to get them really wet, okay? Then I take my black ones. Actually, I take my brown ones first, and your inks that you distress with, they're gonna bleed, but you want them to bleed to get that grungy look. Ball them up real good. Ball them up really, really good in teeny little balls. See how I did that? Just a little ball. And the last one. And you're going to get ink on your hands. It's not a clean project. And these are really little. I wanted to make some little ones for the Jacob tags I'm doing. So let me move this. Or turn it over. Let's see what would be better. Probably turn it over here. Okay, there's my balls right there. You leave them sit. I usually will do a bunch of these, put them aside. When I'm done doing them, I start opening. Here's the next step. Let's say these sit for 10-15 minutes, okay? I'm going to go ahead and open them now so I can show you for video's sake. You open them up. You have to be really careful opening these up. And I use a very thick cardstock. You can use thin too, but you have to be really careful with the thin, more careful. See how that is? And this is the cardstock where the coarse cardstock where it's white on the inside. I really like that look. It's really cool when I put it together. Here we go. Let me get these open. It takes a minute to open them because you got to be really careful not to be in a hurry. And I have ripped lots of them. And I want to show you the difference. You can get 2 looks out of these 4 pieces of paper cutouts, and I'll show you how you get the 2 different looks. I'm sure you've already figured that part out. My hands are very dirty because I've been working on them all day, and I had a bunch to make. There's your 4 pieces of paper. At this time I usually move and start working on the flat surface. Okay, now you need to line these up, and it goes dark, light, dark, light. Line them straight up in a row like this. Okay, let me get it flat so I can show you. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. Okay, we have them lined up. See how they're lined up even? Like that? Okay. Now, put your mat down. Put it on your mat. Make sure they're even. Take your awl. Find the center. As best as you can. You can fold one of these in half, a dry one, and in half again, and just match that center. But I just go eyeball it. Okay, and you push, and then you pick them up. Then you push, and then you take your brad, and you put it through that center of that hole. See there? Then you take it and you open it up. Let's move that. And then you take the first one. No, I need to do light. Okay, here's the difference. You can get that look where it's dark, light, right? Or you can get that look where it's light, dark. 2 different looks. 1 set of papers. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this one. Whichever way you put your brad in is the way it's gonna turn out. So this one I'm doing now is gonna be dark in the middle. Okay, if you wanted it light in the middle, you put your brad on the other side. Okay. Okay. Next step is you take your flower, you take the pieces. Be really careful to do this. And you bunch them up in the middle. Just the first one, the dark one in the middle. Just bunch it up. See how I did that? I bunched it up. Make it tight. Then you take the next one. And I love these flowers. I love the grungy look at them. I love grunge. I really loved the first time I did these. I did them for a Lyla News flower swap. I didn't like the way the first flower I did turned out. It turned out okay, but I wanted to add another one because it was small, so I came up with these really quick. I found the wonderful lady's tutorial on YouTube, and I will be posting a link to her YouTube because I want her to get the credit she deserves for these. She even admits she's not the originator of this. See how that looks? Now the last one. Boom, boom. But boom, boom. And you squeeze them together. Now, for me, I squeeze those really tight together. And see how the paper's getting all messed up there? Sometimes that happens. and it gets on your hands. Normally I wash my hands frequently. Normally I let that sit. I'll let it sit for 10-15 minutes while I'm doing some more of them. Why do I do that? To let the paper dry a little bit. If you let it dry just a little bit, it's going to be a little bit stiffer, and you could work with opening it up a little bit. But I'm going to open this now to show you. I just take it, and from the top, I start pulling out lightly. I take my thumb and just whisk over the top of it. Just lightly. Remember, you usually let this sit for about 10-15 minutes before you do this, okay? And then for the sake that I have to let this dry more, but that's what you're going to come up with. Something like that. Okay, I need to let this dry a little bit more to keep the wrinkleness that it has. So I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to use this one as an example. Let's see. I let it dry a little bit more, and then I'll play with it some more and open it up. These ones are dry, they're stiff. I can play with them, I can work with them, I can push on them, they're not going to get messed up. That's what I love about these flowers. You can really mess with them after they're dry. And then what I do after that is when I have a whole bunch of them dried, these ones I'm going to put into a bunch together like this on a pad at the bottom and glue them together. You glimmer mist them. I glimmer mist these dark grunge ones in gold glimmer mist. And excuse me, apologize, I don't use glimmer mist. I make my own mist. For Real Mists is the name of mine. I love my mists. I basically figured out how they make glimmer mist, and I copied it. Except for I use a different ink for my base. You glimmer mist this, let the glimmer mist dry, and you have a very pretty shimmery flower. That's anybody could do these. They're really easy. If I can do them, anybody can do them. You can make them on a bigger scale. I'm going to be making some bigger ones pretty soon. I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, I appreciate any feedback you want to give or could give. Thank you very much, and have a nice night. Tell me what you think of my first tutorial. It would help me a lot. Have a nice night. I gotta figure out how to stop this. How do I stop it? I'm just learning this camcorder. So, oh, right here it says stop. Good night, ladies.